As a filmmaker and content creator, I'm always upgrading my gear. And recently, I've went from my good old notebook to that beast right there. Hello shooters, how's it going? I'm Leo Likes Photos with yet another video. I just got this brand new PC about 2 weeks ago. It's a beast, has a 4080 Super, Ryzen 9, but you can check all that stuff on the video that is linked somewhere around the screen. The thing is that the other day I was editing my first ever video on that new machine and I was super excited to put its capabilities to the test. As I was editing, I noticed that the Premiere Pro preview, the playback preview, was glitching. It was going all black while the audio was still playing and the track was also still moving when it went back from that black screen. I was like, man, I just bought this thing, it can't be broken. So I went and did my research and found 3 solutions for the same problem. So let's go to the computer so I can show you. The first method is quite simple and all you need to do is use Windows, but this specific method only works on Windows 10 and 11. Okay, so we're going to the Start menu and click on the gear icon. If you don't have it right here, you can just right click on this bar and click on the Start settings. Once we've done that, we can go to System and then click on the first right here, which is Display, the first option. And then we can go to Graphics right down here and click on Change Default Graphics Settings. On here, we will find Hardware Accelerated GPU Scheduling. It will be turned on. You want to turn this off and then restart your computer. When I was researching what Hardware Accelerated GPU Scheduling does, I was as confused as you might be, and I didn't really understand, so I'll explain as far as I did. So basically, you have tons of tasks running on your CPU, and then your CPU sends some of those tasks to the GPU and divides the whole thing, so the latency gets improved and your system has a smoother feeling. I think that's it, but if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. And you guys don't really need to know if that's what happens or doesn't. If it fixes your problems, that's already enough for me and also for you. But if it doesn't, let's go to the second method. Another problem that might be occurring on your Premiere Pro is that your graphics drivers are outdated. So I'll show you how you can update them. And if you have never updated your driver, you should do it from time to time, but sometimes the latest driver updates are a bit glitchy. So do a little bit of research and update from time to time to get your games running smoother, as well as your programs like Premiere, Lightroom and Photoshop and all that stuff. So let's start with Nvidia's graphics drivers. The first thing you want to do is go to Nvidia's website, and right here I have mine, but it is in Portuguese because I'm from Brazil. But don't worry, I have the English version of the site right here. So we're going to drivers right on the top corner, and then we will go to manual driver search. Right here we can select which type is our GPU. For example, we have GeForce Titan, RTX, which are in this case are the Quadro series cards. But in my case, we're going to GeForce because I have a GeForce RTX. Okay, and right here we have tons of types of cards, the 40 series, 30 series, notebooks and stuff. Mine is a 40, but for desktops. And it's not a 4090D, but it's a 40A Super. And here we put out the version of our Windows, which in my case is Windows 11, and the language you want to download the drivers in. I want English US. So now just click Find. It will take us to this page right here, and for some reason it messed up my settings, but that's not a big deal because we can just fix this. So RTX 4080 Super, Windows 11, English, download type, all. And then click Start Search, and the website will search for the latest drivers that Nvidia has put out for your specific graphics card. This part right here is really self-explanatory. If you want a gaming driver, you can download the Game Ready driver, but if you want a studio driver, which are for applications like Photoshop, Lightroom, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro in this case, you're going to want a studio ready driver. My rule of thumb is to only, as a creator, to only download game-ready drivers if the game asks for it, if the game is for some reason not playing correctly or something like that. But I usually go for studio drivers. The main difference, as stated here, is that if you are a gamer who prioritizes the day of launch and the support of latest games, patches and DLCs, choose game-ready drivers. If you are a content creator who prioritizes reliability for creative workflows including video editing, animation, and all that stuff, choose studio drivers. Some of you guys might be familiar with GeForce Experience and its capability of changing the drivers whenever you want, from game ready to the studio drivers. And I will tell you why I don't really like using GeForce Experience. I used to have GeForce Experience installed, and that was because I wanted to use Nvidia Highlights, which is a service that records your highlights on any game. It detects automatically. It's really cool when it works. The thing is, I was having major frame drops just by having GeForce Experience opened. Many of my friends also had some problems with it, and the app didn't even need to be opened. Just by having it installed, they ran into some issues, and therefore we just uninstalled it collectively. If it works for you, who am I to judge? You have the automatic updates for drivers, and you can also switch between the game ready and the studio ready. Now let's see how we do that if you have an AMD graphics card. On the search bar, go ahead and search for AMD and open AMD software. And here on the top right corner, click on check for updates. If there's anything to be updated, it will be shown here and then you can download it. If you have an AMD graphics card, you should have this software pre-installed. But if you don't, we're going to search for AMD drivers and then go to the first link. And right here you can choose in between Windows and Linux drivers. Then just open the exe file and just follow the regular steps. Many gaming monitors with high refresh rates have this feature called adaptive sync. It basically syncs your GPU's FPS with your monitor's frequency, and therefore you have less screen tearing on your games. I've discovered that this setting can glitch Premiere and make that black screen pop out of nowhere, so let's fix it. Your monitor will definitely have buttons somewhere. In my case, it's this little joystick in the back of it. If you have an MSI monitor just like I do, follow these steps. Press the joystick and you will be greeted with the gaming tab here on the MSI monitor. Now go to the right and scroll down until you see adaptive sync. It's on the next page. Now just click again to turn it off. Your screen will black out and then go back to normal. And that's it, we've just deactivated adaptive sync. If your monitor is not from MSI, I don't really know how I can help you with the menu and stuff, unless a kind brand watching this video wants to hook me up with some gear. This is it for today's video, and if you like photography, filmmaking and tech related stuff, you are on the right place. And please let me know if I've solved your problem. And if I did, I think I deserve a sub. I'll catch you on the next one. Let's get it.